What is up, Division 2 agents? This is Gamer for Life back with another Division 2 build video. Now that Tech Overdrive has ended, I wanted to get together another build specifically for the Assault Global event that will get you guys through heroic content with absolute ease. Now, when getting this build together, I wanted to mostly keep my new and returning players to the game in mind, since we do have a large number of you guys just joining the game, though this build is great for players at any level. But I wanted to give you a build that will make your experience when doing heroic content enjoyable and hopefully free from the stress of a possible wipe when doing these heroic missions. Now, of course, the Assault Global event is certainly helping us with all of this extra damage we are getting, which is why I wanted to make this build as safe as possible as far as survivability, while still having great damage on it, so it will still be viable even after the global event ends. Also, everything on this build is very accessible just by playing Countdown, putting your targeted loot on these pieces. You can get them pretty easily and, put this build together. Let's get into it. Alright, so we will start with the two pieces of Sokolov Concern. The two brand set bonuses gives us plus 10% SMG damage and plus 13% critical hit damage. This one is rolled with max armor, crit chance, crit damage with a max crit damage mod, and 14% for its expertise. And the gloves max armor, weapon handling, and crit damage. And if you're not familiar with what weapon handling is, it is 4 attributes in one. So weapon handling is reload speed, accuracy, stability, and swap speed. We do have one piece of Grupo, which gives us plus 13% crit damage for its brand set bonus, rolled with max armor, crit chance, crit damage, and 12% on its expertise. And then we do have one piece of Palisade, giving us some survivability with its brand set bonus at 10% armor on kill, rolled with max armor, crit damage, crit chance with a 28% for its expertise. Then we do have two pieces of Bellstone, giving us some amazing survivability as well, plus 1% armor regen and plus 10% armor on kill for its two brand set bonuses. This one is rolled with max armor, crit chance, crit damage with a max crit damage mod, 12% for the expertise, and the talent is Perfect Bloodsucker. Killing an enemy adds a stack of plus 12% bonus armor for 10 seconds, max stack is 10. And then the chest piece, rolled max armor, crit chance, crit damage with a max crit damage mod, 11% for its expertise, and the talent is Unbreakable. When your armor is depleted, repair 95% of your armor. Cooldown is 60 seconds. Now, I will say, especially with the global event going on, Unbreakable is probably a bit overkill for the survivability. So if you wanted to go with something like Obliterate, which is going to give you some amazing damage for your crit, the more crit hits that you land on the enemy, definitely do that. I don't even think I came close to using Unbreakable. I know I didn't proc Unbreakable one time. But again, like I said, just trying to make this build as safe as possible for our newer players to the game. And staying with that safety net mentality, we do have the shield. This is tier 6. Because it does take into consideration the blue cores, plus 60% active regen, 250% shield health, and 40% holstered regen. 28% for its expertise with the mods, plus 4.9% shield health, 5% shield health, and 5% holstered regen. And then we do have the Revive Hive, giving us an extra life, 10% revive armor repair, and 5% range for its mods, and 28% for the expertise. Then we do have the Emmeline's Guard SMG. Again, you could put SMGs on Countdown. I think I had 2 or 3 of these things drop just in one run of Countdown. And this is rolled with 15% on the expertise, max SMG damage, crit chance, and damage to target out of cover. And the talent is Perfect Preservation. Killing an enemy repairs 15% armor over 5 seconds. Headshot kills improve the repair by an additional 15%. Fitting in perfect with this survivability build. Secondary is a FAMAS. Obviously we don't use it. So, and then the quick step for our pistol, just getting from point A to point B as fast as possible before switching back to our Emmeline's Guard. Now the stats on this gun, you can see we are sitting at max crit chance, 199% crit damage, which is just beautiful. And the specialization we are using is the Gunner. Again, giving us that survivability, killing enemies grant 10% armor. So with this coupled with the Palisade and the Bellstone, we have 30% armor on kill. On top of all of the bonus armor we get from the Liquid Engineer. Yeah, this build, there is no way you should be dying with this build. Every third reload is 50% faster. Armor kits repair 100% armor and grant 30% bonus armor for 10 seconds. The Banshee Pulse and its 2 mods if you choose to use that. And for my OG players, this is definitely how I like to run it. Instead of the Revive Hive, I do have the Banshee Pulse when I'm doing my, just regular stuff in my own time. So yeah, that is a beautiful thing to have. Generate 10% of total ammo capacity every 60 seconds. Party members recover 5%. 10% weapon handling while not moving, need to be motionless for 1 second. 50% pulse resistance, and rate of fire increases by 5% on kill for 5 seconds. So we're constantly having that extra rate of fire. And as always, just make sure the gun you are using is equipped on the specialization so you're getting that extra 15% increased damage. So that is the build, my friends. I certainly hope you give this one a try, and as always, these builds are just templates to give you ideas and should absolutely be tweaked to fit your own personal playstyle in any way you see fit. And if you do tweak it, let me know in the comments how you're running it. We would love to hear that, because there are so many ways that you can make this build better. But like I said before, I wanted to keep it simple and very accessible for our new and returning players, having that survivability to give them the confidence to play in heroic content. Hope you guys are doing good and staying safe out there. And as always, my YouTube family, take it easy.
We need you to secure the memorial and remove the True Sons' forces. If they maintain this outpost, the True Sons will be a direct threat to the campus.
What was that? Whoa! I'm a target!
Got a visual on additional hostiles in the memorial compound. They're moving south. There's a gate between you. It looks closed from here.
Agent, you'll need to find a way to open that gate. West End is under attack.
All clear. I repeat, the compound is all clear.
No, that can't be all of them. Check the interior while I get Henry's people to maintain the perimeter.
What was that?
Sun's in my...
Damn it. The True Sons have turned the memorial into a base. There's an area beneath you with increased security. Isaac can't access data on this location. Stay alert. I have to know what you're walking into.
DC-62, detected.
Heads up. Isaac just ID'd those shells as chemical weapons. Can't afford to let the True Sons escape with those. You've got to find a way to close up that tunnel. According to the schematics Isaac pulled upstairs, we can lock that tunnel door from their control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those mortars and other things.
This is it!
That should keep them from getting more of those mortars.
You think closing the tunnel is smart? Fuck you! You lock yourself in with us. I'll make sure you rot down here.
Good work. Go on and head back up. The team from the campus has taken position inside the memorial.
If you hadn't stopped them, I know they would have used those weapons on us, and we would have ended up like Castle. I can't tell you how relieved I am to have you on our side. Thank you.
Today, we dealt a great blow to the True Sons infrastructure. We confiscated a massive cache of chemical weapons and eliminated their stronghold near the campus.